busy. I don't ever smoke the dizzy, but we can always share some ditsies. It's just a cup in time. This song doesn't have to run. Life's all of us, not every moment we can be feeling fine. I wanna share a moment, just a second if you will, maybe even a cup of thrill. We could share this performance. It's tea time, come sit with me.
Oh, welcome back, guys. I was just here a couple of hours ago, and here I have Bracha Goetz, and we're going to be sharing some of her new books and all that good stuff. But you guys already know that she's been on Teatime a couple of times, so be sure to check out all of those seasons, season 3, season 4, season 5. She was on all of those seasons, so you can check out those interviews with Miss Liz and Bracha, and check out the different stories that we talked about, because we talked about different books way back then. But today we're going to talk about 2 of her incredible books, The Mother Who Always Says Yes and The Happiness Box is the ones that we'll be talking about today. But before we get started, you guys know how Miss Liz rolls. Get over to those platforms: Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, all those good platforms, and then check out those podcast apps, Spotify, Podbean, Listen Notes, all those good podcast apps out there. If I haven't mentioned any of those podcast apps, Miss Liz is on all of them, so just check that out. Also check out babyboomers.org. They are partnered with Miss Liz, and you can find some incredible other podcasters on there if you're seeking to be on different podcasts. But before we get started, we're going to get the disclaimer, and then we're going to get a beautiful intro, and then we're going to get Bracha in here, and we're going to spill some tea with you. And today's tea is teaching everyone appreciation. That is the tea that we are serving in the house today. Disclaimer for Miss Liz's Teatime live show. Miss Liz's Teatime is a global platform dedicating to sharing real-life stories, diverse perspectives, and meaningful conversations that inspire awareness, healing, and connection. I'm Miss Liz is going live using StreamYard. Before leaving a comment during the live broadcast, please grant StreamYard permission to display your name at StreamYard.com. Please be advised that all the content brought forward during any Teatime show is presented in good faith. However, discussions may include opinions, beliefs, and perspectives that do not necessarily represent the views of Miss Liz or the Teatime platform. Information shared by guests is based on their own experiences and is perceived to be accurate at the given time of airing. All guests, viewers, and participants are responsible for using their own good judgment when considering any action or decision that may relate to these discussions. Some episodes may cover sensitive topics, including but not limited to trauma, abuse, grief, mental health, and other emotionally triggering subjects. Listeners' and viewers' discretion is strongly advised. Teatime with Miss Liz is an open discussion forum designed to offer insight, inspire awareness, and create connection. It is not a substitute for professional, medical, legal, or therapeutical advice. If you require professional support, please seek assistance from qualified professionals or trusted resources in your area. If you have any questions regarding this disclaimer or the content of the discussion, you are welcome to contact me, aka Miss Liz, directly at my email at bookingmissliz@gmail.com or visit my link tree at Miss Liz's Teatimes. By choosing to participate in, comment on, or view these live shows, you acknowledge and accept this disclaimer. Your participation is entirely voluntary. I, Miss Liz, welcomes you to join the conversation with an open heart. And if at any time you feel this platform is not right for you, I respect your decision and welcome you back whenever you are ready. Teatime with Miss Liz is serving truth and awareness one cup at a time. Well, welcome back to Teatime with Miss Liz, where some voices return not just once, but again and again, because their message continues to touch lives in meaningful ways. Today, I am truly honored to welcome back a guest who has become part of Teatime's family, someone whose presence always brings warmth, wisdom, and joy to this space. Please join me in welcoming back Bracha Goetz, Harvard-educated author of 47 children's books and the heartfelt memoir, Nourish the Soul, Feeling the Emptiness Within. Bracha works and is rooted in something powerful yet beautifully simple: gratitude. Through her stories, she teaches children and adults how to connect to joy, build emotional awareness, and find meaning in everyday moments. Her newest books, The Happiness Box and The Mother Who Always Said Yes, continues to spread her message of kindness, appreciation, and inner fulfillment around the world. Her tea speaks clearly, teaching everyone appreciation. And every time she returns to this table, she reminds us that joy is not something we wait for, it's something we choose. So grab your cup and lean in. Today's tea time is about gratitude, joy, and continuing conversation that always fills the soul. Let me get Bracha in here and let's spill some tea.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Welcome. It is an honor to have you back. I love when I have my returning guests. And Bracha, I think you've been on Tea Time 4 or 5 times.
I think so too. I'm so happy. It's such a good feeling. It's like when good old friends get together. It's just the most beautiful feeling. Thank you.
It is an honor to have you back. But for somebody who hasn't seen any of your tea times, can you share a little bit of who you were as a little girl and who you are now?
Okay. I would say I was a happy little girl. The teenage years got rough and young adulthood got rough. But I feel that I was finally able to go back to the place of joy. And I think every single person, that's their natural essence, is really infinite joy inside of everybody. We lose that. We just tend to lose it. How do we get back to it? So that's once I finally got back to a place of joy, I've been spending the rest of my life sharing how to get back to that place of joy with anybody that will listen. That's what I love to share. How do you live joyfully? Yeah.
Sometimes it's so hard, right? But it's right in front of you.
Exactly.
The smallest things. Because I remember on the first time you were on Tea Time, we talked about this, right? Yep. It is so simple that we don't even see it sometimes, that it's right in front of us.
Exactly. We hold it in our hands. We have the power to bring joy into our lives at any moment. We have these 5 fingers. And I talk about, as you know, I talk about the pleasure ladder. You love that, I know. So the pleasure ladder has 5 rings on it, just like our 5 fingers. We have the power within our own hands to bring joy into our lives this very moment. Right.
Right? It's so simple. Well, Bracha, we're going to talk about, I'm going to pull up, what book should I pull up? Let's start with The Mother Who Always Says Yes.
Yes. Yes. This book is super popular right now. It's a book that is helping to joyfully eliminate the entitlement epidemic. There is really an entitlement epidemic right now where children grow up feeling, oh, I should get this, I should get that, everything, Okay, so what happened? My granddaughter, I was hanging out with my granddaughter, and she said to her mother, "Can I have some candy?" And her mother said no. And she turns to me and she says, "When I'm a mother, I'm going to always say yes." And I was like, whoa, she really thinks that. She's going to always say yes. What would happen? I'm going to let this fantasy play out in a book. This gave me the idea for the book. What would happen if there was a mother who really always said yes? Can I read it? You want me to
Absolutely.
read it?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna do it. Okay. This is it. Here we go. This is a very weird book. You may not have seen any book like this. I'm not sure if there is, because the words don't match the pictures. Okay, here you go. Just a few minutes. Just a few more minutes, then I'll go to bed. No, you already had that, my mother said. When I am a mother, I won't say no. When I grow up, this is how it will go. When my children will ask if they can stay up more, I will simply smile and say, sure. I'll let them stay up super duper late. Wow, they'll love it. It will be great. They'll never go to bed. They will party a ton. day after day, they'll just keep having fun. And the pictures are starting to tell a different story. Okay. Nobody will tell them that it's time to stop. And whenever they want, they can also shop. Buy anything that they want in a store. And whatever they like, they can always buy more. They can pick everything. I won't care at all. Why should I stop them? Let them have a ball. Well, you could see, I don't know if you could see, the pictures are hysterical. Things are not going that great. They can fill up their rooms with all kinds of stuff and keep bringing more home. It's never enough. Things are getting wilder. If their rooms get too crowded, they can fill up more space and leave their things all over the place, no matter what things cost. And no matter the mess, they can just keep going. I'll always say yes.
Yes. That poor mother who's going to say yes all the time. She doesn't know what she's in for.
Exactly. Even pets, really big, really small, children, yes, you can have them all. Okay, all kinds of interesting pets. And they can, of course, eat candy all day. I would never, ever put it away. I'll leave it right out so they can always eat every kind of sugary treat. No meals, just snacking all day and night. Oh, won't they love that? Every single bite. You see the children getting really sick of it. Okay. They can do what they want. They can play in the dirt. They can fight with each other. They can, and even get hurt. But I won't say no. They can be free. Whatever they want, I will agree. Have some more. For sure, take these. And they won't even have to say thank you or please. Will they have to come in to do any chores? Of course not. They can stay all night outdoors. Why bother them with homework or even with school? In my house, there won't be even one rule. What a mess. You got to see this. How lucky will my children feel? Let me guess. They will always be happy, right? Yes? That's the end. It never tells you that there's any problem.
That poor mom who says yes to everything, right? As a mom, I'm just like, no.
Yes. And the children are getting the message from this book, the message that's never said. And they get it. They totally, when you let your fantasy play out, you see, what's it like if I could get everything I wanted, no boundaries, no limitations? It would be chaos. It's not what you want, and you start taking everything for granted and you don't appreciate anything. That's what this book is teaching in a really crazy kind of funny way, and that's how children can absorb the message right away.
Yeah, and I love your books because your books always have a message to them, right?
Yes.
And it makes you think in a different way, like the different perspectives is that as well. We got some questions that are coming in. I want to get them out to you. Thank you for all the inspirational comments that are coming in. Here we have is from Mac. What a beautiful message about gratitude. So inspiring. Let me get this question out to you. How can we start practicing gratitude daily like this?
Yes, that's the best question. I love it. Which brings me to the other new book, the exact opposite, the happiness box. Exactly. So the happiness box, it's about a boy who's never happy with anything he gets. One day, his parents get a new washing machine. And he's like miserable. You get everything, I get nothing. And then his father gets this idea. Okay, guess what? This box, the washing machine came in a big box. He goes, this is not a regular box. This is a happiness box. If you go inside this box, you can only think happy thoughts. What? So he goes inside the box and he doesn't know what to do. He can only think happy thoughts. Okay, he starts thinking of a few things, some things that he's happy about. Okay, I'm happy about this. I'm happy about my sneakers. You'll see in the book he thinks of little different things he's happy about. And he starts really enjoying doing that. That's the answer to this question. You start with just a little thing, something you take for granted every day. The pen on your desk, the piece of paper that you have, whatever it is, the tree outside your window. You actually spend a moment appreciating it. So the boy does that. He gets in the box, he starts appreciating it. And he goes in there whenever he's not feeling happy. He goes in his box, starts feeling grateful for some things he has, and starts feeling better. Then one day, he's on a bus. He's nowhere near his box. What is he going to do? How is he going to be happy without his happiness box? That's when he realizes we all have a happiness box above our eyes, below our hair. There's a happiness box if you let it be. So we can create our own happiness boxes. After that, he got the hang of it. We take a happiness box with us wherever we go once we learn the secret to happiness, which is gratitude. Gratitude is the tool that gets us to a place of happiness. That's what he learns at the end of the book. And he learns that every single one of us have the potential to have a happiness box, but you can practice in a cardboard box until you get the hang of it if you want. And children love to do that. They love getting these big boxes like behind an appliance store. They make it, they practice it, and they start becoming happier and happier. And we as adults, we might not want to start inside the box, but we all have these boxes, and that's all it takes. The first time you start practicing gratitude more than you have before, it feels a little weird. And it's like I've said this before, it's like when you travel on a road that no one's traveled on before. It's gravelly and weird, but once you create those grooves in the ground, it gets easier and easier to practice gratitude. That's the neural pathways that we are creating. Our brains have neuroplasticity, and we can always create these new neural pathways so that our brains, which are really muscles, they fill up with these pathways of gratitude, and it gets just so much easier. We naturally learn to respond with gratitude. Practicing gratitude trains our brains to scan for positive patterns in life. That's what it does. I'll say that again. It's such a good line. Practicing gratitude trains the brain to scan for positive patterns in life. So once we get used to doing it, we start living life like that, looking for positivity. And it's a whole different way to live.
Absolutely. And I love having you back, Bracha. Like, you always just cheer me up. I remember, I think it was the second time you were on Teatime, we talked about the orange.
Yes! My favorite.
You brought the orange out. So if you guys want to see about the orange, you have to go check out the season. But Bracha, if you want to share a little bit about that orange again, because I loved about the orange.
I walk around with an orange. I love it. This is my favorite fruit, because it's like just speaks to us so much. Like all the fruit, Just about. It's all green. It's camouflaged in with the leaves until they are ready for us. When they become the most bright and beautiful, their most vivid colors, that's when they call to us. We're ready. That's what they call when they get bright and beautiful, because this is when they're ripe. So they're designed to be the most beautiful, to give us pleasure to look at, to smell beautiful. And then the sweet juiciness in an orange, it's kept in there for months, waiting for you. Your orange, the one that you're holding, the one that you're going to eat, was designed specifically for you. And when you finish it, you're left with the seeds of eternity. Those seeds were designed to go back into the earth and create infinite more orange trees, infinite more oranges. So what you see in one orange, just this one gift, this one natural gift in the world, it was designed to, with infinite loving kindness and infinite wisdom. This little orange designed with infinite love, and it's packed with infinite love and infinite wisdom to give to you. If you accept the gift, how do you accept it? With gratitude. That's the whole thing. That's all we have to give back in life. We are here, and our whole purpose is to enjoy this world in gratitude. We've gotten so far away from that awesome garden, but we could get back to it, and the orange could help us get back to the garden. This is how we do it.
I always love when she brings the orange out, guys. Because you make the listeners look at things in a different way, Bracha. Like, even through your storytelling and your books and that as well, you give them life lessons and something to look at. Like the book, mothers always say yes. What mother out there always says yes? If you're saying yes, I want to know. I want you to say it in the comments here that you're saying yes all the time to your children. And this is why we're getting so many kids that are entitled and no respect, and the disrespect is rising. Then we jump into the second book that Bracha talked about today, is the happiness box. When's the last time you guys got into a cardboard box and had some fun? At any age, I dare you, at 99, get into a cardboard box and have some fun. Take your crayons out, draw on the cardboard boxes. I want everybody to have fun. I want everybody to get out there and just enjoy themselves. Bracha, we have some questions that are coming in that I would like to ask you, because I think that this question right here is a good one. And we have it from Marcos Isaac Potter. How do you help children understand emotional wellness?
That's a wonderful question. How do you help children understand emotional wellness? Well, okay, one of my books is called Let's Stay Healthy. It's about keeping our body healthy. Our bodies are the clothing for our souls. That's who we are. Who we are in essence, we're all souls. We're all spiritual beings. And the nourishment that we need as spiritual beings is gratitude. That is the nourishment that keeps our soul shining. That's what gives it the fuel that it needs to shine. That's emotional wellness. Emotional wellness is recognizing that we are filled with emotions all day, but our mind, where we place our mind, we can actually have power over our emotions, which could take us any place at any moment. We have control. This is a really interesting thing to teach this to children, and this is what I'm trying to do. I don't know if you remember, one of my books is called Don't Read This Book.
Yes, I remember that book.
Yes, right. It explains to children. You explain to children that we all, every one of us, has a nasty nagger inside our brain. All day long, it's trying to get us to be miserable. So every person thinks they're the only one with this voice, but we all have it. How does it work? I explain this to really young children. Could you imagine learning this early on in life? That's what's so important. We can learn it as an adult. It took me 30 years to write this book because I didn't have all the wisdom that I needed to finish this book, which is that the wisdom is that voice inside our heads, it's trying to get us all the time to focus on what we don't have. If I only have this, I'll be happy. If I only, I'm missing that. If I just had that, I'd be happy. The minute you notice that you're doing that, the minute you're feeling miserable, recognize there's a voice telling you to focus on something that you don't have. This is emotional wellness. Recognizing these things. We can teach this to children. Teach them that you can become aware of your feelings. Your feelings are not you. You are an infinitely joyful soul, but you have these feelings that are there, and they're coming in voices to you all day long trying to get you to be miserable. Why did I write this? Why did it take me so long to write this book? Because I did not understand that voice that's in your head, it's also there to help you. That voice is there to challenge you. It's like a barbell. It's there to get you to grow your gratitude muscles, pushing it off. Ow! Now I have the awareness. I have the awareness that I'm feeling miserable. I'm not going to just squelch that feeling that I'm feeling miserable. I'm going to investigate it. And why am I feeling miserable? Oh, because I'm focused on what I don't have. If I only had that lollipop, if I just had that lollipop, I'd be happy. How long would that happiness last? For a few moments, and then you want the next thing. So you recognize, oh no, it's not. I'm just focused on that lollipop. Really, I have so many good things already. I don't have to stay miserable. So you gain your power back, you push it off, and you're growing your gratitude muscles. That was one gratitude exercise that you just did. You pushed it off. The next time that you find yourself getting miserable and wanting something that you don't have, you're going to be able to get there even quicker and say, oh, wow, it's that voice again that's testing me. It's a challenge voice. It's there on purpose. All the challenges in our life are there to make us become even more grateful people. All the suffering that we go through, it's there to help us grow and shine even more fully when we are able to grow beyond that pain, to grow with that pain into a new place, a more advanced place of gratitude. We have that opportunity every day, all through the day, from morning till night. And as we do these exercises, we get stronger and stronger.
Well, Bracha, we have a question here, and it's, what inspired your journey towards finding true inner joy?
Wow, these questions are awesome. I love
Right?
this.
I have good listeners.
You have awesome listeners. You have such a wonderful show. This is so amazing. Okay, what inspired me? I don't know exactly, but around age 12, that's when I started my memoir. This is the only book I wrote for adults, Nourish the Soul, Filling the Emptiness Within. This book, I didn't really write it. I compiled it from my actual diary entries, which became a journal, and letters I wrote home, and I filled in the missing pieces so that you go with me from age 12 to 32. From age 12, I don't know why, my body started changing. I began adolescence, and I suddenly got like more expanded consciousness to start wondering, what's the purpose of life? What are we doing here? And the search got more and more desperate. I tried all kind of things, experimented with all kinds of stuff. And then I developed food addictions, eating disordered behavior. The emptiness was gnawing at me. It was like unbearable. And the addictions got worse. There I went to Harvard, and I looked successful, but meanwhile I was suffering more and more. And when you have an addiction, you put a ton of energy into hiding it. So I did all kinds of things to hide all the bizarre behaviors that were getting worse and worse, so no one would know how I was suffering. And that went on for years. I went on to medical school. I wanted to become a psychiatrist. I wanted to help people, but I myself was feeling less and less like I even wanted to live. And I felt like I don't know what the purpose of life is anymore. The world became gray for me. I didn't feel like I cared about morals anymore. Um, I didn't value my life. And I really didn't want to continue living, actually. I went to a very low place. And with the eating disordered behavior taking over my mind, my energy, my body, everything, an addiction is like a prison. So I was trapped. And the summer between my first and second year of medical school, I went to Israel for the summer. I learned about my own heritage. I learned about spirituality, which I had never known about before. And I got to find out that the basis of everything I was learning, the basis of all the ancient wisdom that I found was gratitude. That's what I learned. And it changed everything, because from then on, like the colors started coming back, like in The Wizard of Oz, when the colors come back, that's what happened. And I began slowly to appreciate life again. And ever since then, like, that's what I would say, that's what inspired me. Learning from really great people, how to cultivate gratitude in life. And the same life, I say that any moment that we spend being grateful is a moment that we're not spending being miserable. Just any moment. So don't be down on yourself if you're not feeling grateful. We all have down moments, but celebrate any moment that you do find gratitude more than you have before. Something that you're grateful for that you took for granted. A new thing. And you will see how your life gradually melts away the clouds. We have this beautiful light within all of us, but through different things that we go through, the challenges, clouds cover that beautiful light. And as we fill ourselves up with gratitude, it melts away those clouds so that we can shine in a beautiful way again, each with our own light that the world needs. And sometimes we need other people's support to help lift those clouds away. Oh, I have an example of that here. This is it. I haven't done this in a long time, but we're always shining. We're always lit up, but we put these coverings on ourselves so that we don't even feel that light after a while. We're so used to being covered up by all the protections we've put on ourselves from different trauma that we've gone through, or abuse, whatever we've been through. And then when we get the support and the trust to lift away those coverings, and from the inside, we are nourishing our hungry souls and fueling them so we can shine again. That's when our light becomes evident to us and everybody else.
I always like the way you bring a description. Like, you use the orange, you use the flashlight, you use the cardboard box. You use things that are every day around all of us that we can use to look at a different perspective of life and have gratitude. And I love how this tea time is resonating with the tea time we had at noon about less is more and appreciation for what we have. Because our guest this afternoon at noon, Isabella from Spain, she said that she sold everything because it was just chaos. And that's what kind of the story of the mother that says yes all the time, the chaos of saying yes all the time, so it all aligns, it all comes together, and I love how the guests always align for the days that they serve. Isabella was in Spain. is Bracha, I believe you're in the US now, but you were in Israel earlier this year. That's why we had to wait for her to get back to the US so we could get her on.
Yes.
But, you know, the different countries, the different perspectives, the different ways of joining and connecting each other, right? We have some other questions that are coming in that I would like to get out to you, Bracha. And then I would like to talk to you about your tea, because your tea is about appreciation, but I want to talk about the tea. So let's get this one out to you. It's from Bradley. It's, what advice would you give someone feeling empty inside?
Thank you. Thank you so much for that question, because I relate. I was feeling always empty. No amount of food could fill me up. And people have other kinds of addictions, or people are depressed, thinking about their past, or anxious, thinking about their future. And what helps us to be in this present moment, feeling grateful, not for what we could get in the future, for what we already have right now. That is what does it. It's so amazing, because there were studies done when somebody wins a lottery, or somebody, God forbid, becomes paralyzed. 6 months after these huge events happen to them, they're back at the same place, the same level of happiness they had before. But if a person begins to practice, takes on a gratitude practice, 6 months later, they have a totally different level of happiness. They are no longer feeling empty inside. This is what changes you. It's not what happens to you. It's you are doing this yourself. I saw this amazing cartoon like about 2 months ago. There's two creatures, and one creature is holding a jar that says happiness. And the creature without the happiness jar says to the creature with the happiness jar, says, "Where did you find that? I've been searching everywhere for it." And the creature with the happiness jar says, "Oh, I created it myself." That's it. We have the ability to create joy ourselves every moment. Is that unbelievable? Imagine learning this from childhood on, but we can learn it at any stage of our life. Now that you've seen this podcast, you're a different person. You're almost all there already, because you know this now. We just need this awareness. If you, in the show notes, remind me, I want to give you, it's a private link on my website to the pleasure ladder. Everybody can download a free copy of the chart, which explains that we don't live in a world of scarcity. We live in a world of abundance. You live in a world of abundance, and you have abundance of joys that you could bring into your life this moment. So you can download we stopped having it on the website. People were downloading, hacked in and downloading it constantly. So now I just give it as a private link. So I'll give it to your listeners, and you can put it on your fridge or your cabinet to remind you when you feel like overeating. I still have to remind myself if I ever feel like overeating, because that's my weakness. If I go back to that, if I start that, then it comes into my brain all the other things I could do in that very moment. Because what I really want is lasting pleasure. I want lasting pleasure. I don't want the entire bag of potato chips. I don't want the whole container of ice cream, because when I finish it, I'll feel even emptier than the container. I'll feel emptier than I was even before I ate it. It's not going to fill me up. But what does fill you up is gratitude on all these 5 different levels. So I want everybody to have these tools, because gratitude is the tool. That's the only price you need to pay to climb the pleasure ladder, is gratitude. And it's a totally joyful price. You lose nothing by experiencing gratitude.
And I believe it was season 4. We talked about the pleasure ladder a lot. So if anybody wants to check out that, Bracha's been on Tea Time. I believe it's 4 times now. So she comes back all the time with incredible books. So if you guys want to check out all those other Tea Times, check out season 3, season 4, season 5. Bracha is on all of those, and then she's on season 7. So she's been on Tea Time a few times, and she's also been on the reunion shows. So check that out as well. Bracha, we have a question here from Richard. How can parents teach appreciation to their kids?
This is amazing. I'm loving this. Thank you, Richard. Okay. Now, I got to tell you a really simple thing I did. All these are tools. But, okay, the main way you teach appreciation to your kids is by modeling it. That's number one. Be expressing gratitude as much as you can. Now, gratitude has 2 aspects to it. One is just feeling it, and you never need to express it. Just feeling it is also gratitude. The second part of gratitude is expressing it. It's not like you're forced to express it. You don't have to say thank you. No, it's not like that, but it's great to do it. It just gives you a good feeling to express it. You don't have to feel forced to do it. But on the other hand, I did teach my children in this funny kind of way. Whenever I handed my children anything, a pen, a piece of paper, I don't know where I got this idea from, but it just came to me. I would hand it to them and not let go. But I wasn't doing it. I just smile and I'm handing it to them and they're holding it and I'm not letting go. Like, why is she not letting go? I'm standing there. Oh, thank you. Okay, I let go. And like, they caught on pretty quickly, like it was anything, a glass of water, anything, nothing big deal. I'm handing you something. It's nice to say thank you. And it's good for you. It's good for your soul. So I did that. I see my children do it now with my grandchildren. It's just going on. And I can't teach that to the entire world, but I'd like to. I mean, I'm glad you asked that question because don't make it serious. Just be fooling around like, why isn't she letting go? Oh, thank you. Okay. And then suddenly that's it. It's yours now, So yeah, but main thing is instilling it into your own life. Enjoy when they see how much you're enjoying practicing gratitude, they're going to want it in their lives too.
Well, and we talked about this modeling, right? Be the example. If you want your children to be respectful to them. It's a
Yes.
50-50, right? You don't ask your child for respect if you're disrespecting your child. It works. And I love that you got the Growing Impact publication behind you, because I want to talk about that for everybody that doesn't know about that. Tell me what that is, because that involves your children, I believe, and grandchildren, right?
Yes. Yeah, the whole family's involved. Yeah.
The whole family's involved. That's
Yeah.
the Growing Impact. It
Yes.
gets everybody involved.
It's a family business, right? So with my 40th book, I used to send my books to regular mainstream publishers, and now with my 40th book, my youngest son and his wife said, stop sending your book to other publishers. We want to become your publishers now. So my son is a first grade teacher. My daughter-in-law was a preschool teacher, and she's now devoted all her days, besides taking care of all her children, she's also, running this business with the help of other family members. So yeah, we're all involved. And she came up with the name Impact. Impact is an acronym for important messages for parents and children together. Because the secret to children's books is it's a way to message every single age. Little children, as young as possible, are reading them. Parents are reading them. Teachers are reading them. Grandparents are reading them. Everybody's absorbing the messages. Everybody's getting more joyful. And then teenagers read the books when no one's around, no one's looking. So they also get the messages, So it goes to everybody. And yeah, we're having an awesome time. We go around different places. We do presentations tomorrow. My husband and I alone, we're going on a trip to give like a whole bunch of presentations in another town, and we love doing this. Yeah.
So you also have a podcast. You want to talk about the podcast?
Oh yeah, that's another creation from that was my daughter-in-law's creative idea to create a podcast, and it's Impact Today, I think is what she calls the podcast. She just started it a few months ago, and she's really enjoying doing this. Yeah.
I've been checking that one out too, because you get like all of the kids talking on there, and I was like, oh, look at Mama Bird is there, and she's talking to all the little ones. Like, I love it. I check it out, guys. I am a big I like supporting people and celebrating people in their growth. It's not only just Miss Liz's podcast, check out. And I really don't like the word podcast. I like that I am bringing people to the table and serving their real teas. So I want to talk about your tea, because your tea is teaching everyone appreciation. Why did you give me those 3 words for your tea?
That's what I love to do. Oh, just appreciation changes everything. It changed my life, and I feel that's our entire reason for being here. And here's the thing, it takes like 400 repetitions to change a habit. But if we do it joyfully, playfully, 10 to 20 repetitions, and we've got the new habit down. It's that easy to begin a habit of gratitude. It's that easy to begin to appreciate the many gifts that you have in your life. Your life is filled with blessings, even if you weren't feeling it before you started this podcast. I hope you're feeling it now. But yeah, before you start listening. But yeah, that's what it's all about. That's really our only purpose for being here, just to give back that gratitude for this amazing garden that we've been given. Like I said, we've gotten really lost from there, but we can come back and start enjoying it again.
Right. Go back to the roots. Get back to the roots of the tree. We have a question here from David. Is how did your personal struggles shape your message today?
Beautiful. Thank you so much, David. Wonderful. Yeah, that's what my book, when I put this book together, it's when I discovered the thread. How did my struggles lead me to where I went? What did the eating disordered behavior have to do with it? And that's when I came up with why, when I finally learned about gratitude, why was there no longer a need for the addictions? Why did the cravings go away so much? What changed? I put the book together to show that thread, to understand that it's deeper than emotional, deeper than physical. What we have is a true hunger. It's a genuine hunger. And unless we nourish it in the right way, we're going to be hungry. Unless we nourish our lives with that appreciation, that gratitude for the lives that we have, for the things in our lives, we're going to be always just feeling so hungry and not satisfied. That's the real thing, to feel blessed in life. So that's how my personal struggles blossomed into learning how to nourish that, and how to fill the emptiness and find genuine fulfillment in life. We all can find genuine fulfillment. It's available to
Absolutely.
every single one of us. I'm sure that you found it through this podcast too, because you are helping so many people. Look at all these people that are writing in. This is amazing.
Well, we have another question for you, Bracha, and I want to get it out to you. Is how can we turn negative thoughts into gratitude?
Okay, well, let's practice. Let's try it on. Here's an example of someone overeating. Because let's say a person has, 10 cookies and they just feel so bad about it. Well, if I had 10 cookies, I since I've gone off this diet, whatever, I might as well just blow it all. And that's what relapse is all about. If I've done this, and I might as well just do more. Whatever it is, the gambling, drugs, alcohol, whatever the addiction is. So here you switch it around and you say, I just had 10 cookies. I'm so grateful I didn't have 20 cookies. If I had 20 cookies, I'm so grateful I didn't have 200 cookies. Yeah, and you can always change anything into a moment of gratitude. There is the show My 600-Pound Life, and what the people, they all say the same thing. Why were they overeating? Because this is the only thing bringing me pleasure anymore. That's it. We all want lasting pleasure in our lives. But the food that we eat, it stays in our mouth for a few seconds. We swallow it. It's not bringing pleasure anymore. What we all want lasting pleasure. So that's why I was just keep stuffing my mouth. I might as well, if I want the pleasure to keep lasting, I'll just keep eating. But then you're left feeling really miserable afterwards. How are you left feeling wonderful afterwards? How do you get the pleasure to last? That's gratitude. So that changes how you view everything. Maybe I can explain a little more to you about the pleasure. When you eat this orange, where'd the orange go? I don't know. But anyway,
it ran away.
It just disappeared. Oh, okay, here we go. So the orange, it rolled away, right? The orange, I could just eat it mindlessly. And believe me, I do it. I'm not always eating it with so much gratitude. No, but we have that tool available to us now whenever we want it. Don't think I'm always doing that. I'm sometimes typing on the computer and munching and I'm not paying attention, but still I can access the tool when I want to. That's what's made the difference. So when we do it with gratitude, the gratitude stays with us afterwards. And if you go up the pleasure ladder, like the simple steps is like love. I always find that to be a funny step on the pleasure ladder, because you think, wait, you said it's empowering. We have the ability within our own hands. Love depends on someone else. But the ancient definition here is love is what you value about someone else. What do you value about their spirit? What do you appreciate about them? What do you recognize about them? So we could do that without anybody being with us. We can be completely alone and like in prison and remember a grandmother that once did a kindness for you, and suddenly you feel this warm emotional feeling of love and you feel inspired to be better. We can bring love into our lives at any moment. Because the reason that we engage in addictions, depression, anxiety, we feel cut off. We feel estranged, alienated, lonely, alone. When we have gratitude, we feel connection. And we feel connected to nature, to music, to moving our bodies, how wonderful that feels, feeling grateful for this on the lowest level. These are the physical, natural physical pleasures. We begin to connect with gratitude to that. As we move up the pleasure ladder, we are connecting to another being, and they don't have to be present, but we are connecting in our hearts to another. We are feeling appreciation for them. And this uplifts us without them ever being there. Like going up, it's doing something good and meaningful. When we give with gratitude, we feel so happy to be able to give. And then all of this, you see, it ends that feeling of disconnection. We're suddenly connecting to a natural thing, to another being, to the community. Each one is more and more of a connection and more lasting joy in our life as we open up, and that feeling of alienation and estrangement that brings us to addiction just fades away.
You know, I loved that you always use something. Use the ladder, the flashlight, the orange, the blanket, you know, the cardboard box. I'm going to pull up your books again, Bracha. If you just want to share how people can get them, read out your website and spell it out for the audio listeners that are tuning in. But I'm going to start with the first book that we brought up today was The Mother Who Always Says Yes. So let people know where they can get this one.
Yes, all my books are available at Growing Impact Publications, my children's website. It's their business and they love it. They love you to visit their website. They work so hard on it. And of course, it's also in bookstores. Oh, and I always tell people you can always get your public library to order the books as well. They can order the books. If you don't, it's great to have it in your home because you can review it again and again and absorb the messages. But it's wonderful to get them into public libraries, keep the libraries, more and more libraries having them, and spread the message that way as well.
Absolutely. And then the second book that we talked about today was the Happiness Box.
Yes, they're all there. Yeah, all my books are there.
So, Bracha, if you could just share one final message with the listeners today. Oh, I got her out of the room and then I put her back in the room. Bracha, if you could share one final message with all the listeners today, what would that message be?
There's a story. A man is on a roof and he's ready to jump. And a lady sees him from across the way and she says, "Don't jump, whatever you do." And he says, "Why not?" And she said, "I'm sure your life is filled with problems. You're in a ton of pain right now if you came up here like this. But what if, in addition to all that pain, what if you were blind your whole life and now you were given the gift of sight? Would you still jump?" And he says, "Of course not." And she said, "Here, please take the gift of sight, open your eyes and see, despite all your problems, all the pain you're in, you have so many things to be grateful for right now. You got up here on your own two legs. Your arms are moving. You can see me. You can hear me. You have many things right now. There's a tree out here. At the lowest point in my life, there was still a tree. I remember clinging to that. So we are all blind to some degree. None of us can see fully all the blessings in our lives. We would be in a state of bliss, of awe and wonder every moment. Where all of us are somewhat blind, but we can all open our eyes somewhat more. And we've all been through that feeling of I want to give up in life too, that we don't want to live anymore. But we can relate to this. This is all of us. We can all open our eyes and enjoy life more by doing the most enjoyable math there is, and that's counting our blessings. Yeah, just that's what I want to end with.
Count your blessings.
Yes.
Well, Bracha, I really enjoyed having you back again. And it's always a pleasure when you come back because we always bring the orange out. We always bring the ladder, the flashlight. We bring it all out every time. But we also bring in some incredible listeners that bring incredible questions in that as well. So thank you for joining me. I could not do it without you guys. This is teamwork. This is the T and me. We make a team in Miss Liz's house. So thank you for joining me on Teatime. I want to thank the Instagram followers and listeners that joined in as well, all the way from Haiti and Uganda and South Africa. Like, thank you guys so much. We are going global. We are sharing real life teas on Teatime with Miss Liz. So really, thank you guys. Stay tuned because Thursday I have 2 more tea times for the month of April, and then we start May off with 20 new guests that has been released. So check out the press release. It was released on all of Miss Liz's platforms yesterday. You can check out all of those guests. But we have some really incredible people that are coming in May. So check those out. But we got 2 more for April. So check those girls out. We have Liz coming in from Israel, and then we have Andrea coming in from Canada. So we have different countries that are coming in with different stories, and we'll be talking about saving Abigail, hostage situation, and then we'll talk about also foreign natives, so the language of natives languages and stuff like that. So we got a bunch of stuff, but today I want to do just a wrap up of what today's tea time was, and then I'll see everybody on Thursday and we'll do this all over again. What a beautiful and heart-filling conversation. Bracha, welcome back once again. Your presence here is a reminder that some messages are meant to be heard more than once and felt even deeper each time. You continue to show us that gratitude is not just a feeling, it's a practice, a way of seeing the world, a way of living with intentions, kindness, and awareness. This afternoon, we were reminded that joy does not come from having everything. It comes from appreciating what we already have. Your work continues to impact not only children, but adults who are learning to reconnect with that sense of wonder, peace, and presence. Here is something to carry with you after this tea time. What if the joy you're searching for is already right in front of you, waiting to be appreciated? Because sometimes the more we notice, the more we feel, the more we realize how much we already have. Until our next cup, keep sharing, keep choosing gratitude, keep choosing joy, and keep coming back to what fills your soul. And I'll see you guys on Thursday, and we'll do this all over again.
Awesome.